Hey YouTube, it's Mr. Eagles Fan 10 here. I'm going to give you guys a little rundown of the last week with the Eagles and the Eagles versus Jets game. Uh, First off, the big news is Michael Vick's reinstatement. Roger Goodell made a announcement Thursday that Vick will be eligible to play in the third regular season game versus the Chiefs, which is a home game for the Eagles. Other news is that the Jets scouted wide receiver Reggie Brown, but they weren't interested. Also, the Patriots showed interest in trying to make a trade for quarterback AJ Feely, which I think the Eagles should go through with because AJ Feely I think is the odd man out for the quarterbacks. Stuart Bradley and Cornelius Ingram were placed on IR this week, which, as you guys know, ends their season, even if we make it to the playoffs or the Super Bowl. The final cuts need to be made by 6 p.m. tomorrow evening to a 53-man roster, so they need to cut 22 guys. Um, and now to the Eagles-Jets game. Vic had his first touchdown, which was a 2-yard run after a Jack Iguanu interception that he returned to the 2-yard line. He went. Vic went total 7 for 11 for 26 yards and threw an interception, and he also had 7 carries for 35 yards and the touchdown that I just told you about. He also lost 2 fumbles, or he fumbled twice and lost one of them, and the other one he fumbled and just fell right on top of. Um, Also, this game was mainly about position battles, so I'm going to tell you guys what I think. I think Elger Buckley is made his push this whole preseason for the third running back spot, and Booker didn't show much, so I think he's probably going to be out. I think Brandon Gibson is going to be in. I think Reggie Brown and probably Danny Amendola are going to be out, even though Amendola had a few great plays last night during the game. I also think, as I said, Feely will be out. Based on this last game, I think I think the starting safety, of course, is going to be Quentin McKell or Quentin Michael, but the second starting safety is going to be I think Macho Harris, based on this last game. Then second string would probably be Quentin Demps, and then third would probably be Sean Jones because he had a few blown coverages tonight or last night, and overall just didn't look that great. Um, I think Iguanu is going to make the team. I think he made his uh, made his name known because he had a great game last night. He had, I think, 2 tackles. He had the interception. And I think he's going to be the fifth cornerback, and possibly by the end of the season, I would think he could make a push to be fourth or third. Um, Jason Babin again had an awesome game. I mean, this guy's a monster. He should. I think he could push Jaquay Thomas for his starting job, even though he has been starting at left defensive end. Or uh, yeah, he's been start. If you're looking at whatever, yeah, but he's been starting at left defensive end. If you're looking from the offensive position, but I think he could make a start at right defensive end if he gets used to that in practice and stuff. Um, the quarterback for the Jets, I think it was Eric Ainge was starting at the time. He fumbled the ball, and which I don't think was a forced fumble. I think it was just the guy fumbled, and it was recovered by Josh Gaines. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but he was an undrafted rookie free agent out of Penn State. So go Penn State. I don't think that's going to get him a job or anything, but who knows. Um, Tony Curtis is the new tight end that we got. He had 4 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. Um, he had a great touchdown catch over the middle from a really nice Kevin Cobb throw, which I think was in the second quarter. Um, as I said last video, a special teams defense was not looking good. Ted Dacier has to figure something out because defense hasn't been looking good, and even the return game hasn't been looking that great because they're not dumb enough to start Deshaun Jackson at punt return and risk our starting wide receiver for a punt returner. But the second half started out with bad tackling by the defense. Either that running back on the Jets, Woodhead, is a monster and like can't get tackled, or the defense was just not not playing good at all. Um, but as I said, Macho had a lot of great hits, which I think could push him into the starting second safety position. Um, and yeah, Sean Jones, as I said, had a poor showing. Moses Foucault again had a nice game after a bad week last week. He had 7 tackles, and I know this isn't what the Eagles should be doing, but I think they're going a little bit upwards. They went 3 for 4 in the red zone last night, and were 8 for 16 on third down, which isn't that great, but whatever. Um, it's preseason. None of our starters played last night, at least that I saw. Vic started the second half, had a pretty solid game, um, and I can't wait to see more out of him come week 3. Um, it's going to be an interesting week ahead. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably make a video tomorrow evening about um, the cuts they make and all that stuff. So it's going to be a big week ahead. So keep watching. All right, thanks YouTube. Peace.